Alright guys, welcome to the Know Your Resources section. Alright, and here in this video we're going to talk about the official CLEP study guide from College Board. Very valuable resource for a very specific reason, and I'll tell you what that reason is in a second. But in this section we're going to go over 4 resources that I feel are really going to be extremely valuable for you. In my opinion, these are I used the phrase end all be all of resources earlier in the last section. I honestly believe that these are the only resources you'll ever need to properly prepare for your exam. Those resources are going to be the official CLEP study guide from College Board, which we have in front of us, OpenStax textbooks, Modern States courses, how you can leverage those courses to really get some more insight. Now, really quick, don't want to confuse anybody. In my opinion, this book is not a study guide. It's a book full of practice questions. Still a very valuable resource, and I'm going to explain why here in a second. But if you're watching this video before you've made a purchase or decided to get it, for one, don't get it because I have it for you for free. And for two, understand it's not a study guide. It is a book full of practice questions. But from these questions, you can derive topics, and you can copy and paste from this PDF into your Trello board if you're using Trello or whatever it is that you're using that's helping you organize your information. All right, so let's dive right into it. I'm going to show you how I like to break this down, and I'm going to show you the true value in using this bad boy. As you can see here, a lot of this is the same stuff that's on the website. I would advise you to read over it. Definitely not a requirement, but it's also not something that's going to hurt you. Alright, so here we are. As you can see, the information displayed here is pretty much the same information that you would get from the website. Let's go ahead and dive right in, not waste any more time. I want you to go through every single question in this study guide. There are exactly 100 questions in this study guide, and I want you to go over every single one. Now, the questions aren't going to be verbatim, but in some way, shape, or form, they're going to be on your exam. What I want you to do is test your knowledge immediately. I want you to go through each one of these questions and answer the questions. I want you to answer them all. Once you do that, come to the end of the book where you will find the answer key. That's how you're going to know exactly where you are and what you need to focus on. Then take a note of all the questions you got wrong. And guess what you just did? You just saved yourself some time, because now you know what you need to focus on and what you really don't need to focus on as much. The questions that you got wrong, go to those questions, and I want you to highlight all the answers in the questions. I want you to copy and paste them, and I want you to start building a vocabulary / phrase word bank. And you're going to copy and paste all of those, and you're going to put them somewhere. Put them in a Word document, put them in a Google Doc, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just put them somewhere. Because what you're going to do later is turn all of those answers into a nice little word bank or into a nice little vocabulary bank. And you're going to go define all that stuff. You're going to scour the internet. You're going to make sense of every single one of those vocabulary words or phrases or topics that you're not sure of. And I know what you're probably thinking. Why don't I just go through this whole book and just highlight all the right answers for every question? I'm going to tell you why that's not a good idea. It's not a good idea because these questions are not going to be on your exam verbatim. They're not going to be on there in the same form. So if you're going to highlight the answers to the questions, that's really not going to help you, because now what you're doing is you're training yourself to know the answers to particular questions that may or may not be on your exam. Or at least, like I said before, not verbatim. So instead of remembering the answer to this question, we're going to dissect all these answers, because we might see this stuff referenced again later. And it's better to know it than not know it. So for this particular resource, building a word bank or a vocabulary bank and sort of a definition database is extremely valuable. And having that at your disposal, I'm telling you, if you just study like vocabulary alone, you probably would pass an exam like this, because understanding the vocabulary is extremely important. I hope this video put things into perspective for you a little bit more. Please replay this, and I just really want you to understand what it is that I'm saying in this video. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Like I said, you guys have all my contact info, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video. All right.